Alrighty, folks. Looks like Pete Pardo has done a runner, so I'm gonna have to step up to the plate for you. We got another rock stock inventory today. First up, the Beatles, the Anthology Volume 1. I often say that these guys are my favorite band. So you may be shocked that I never had this. Never owned it. Found this copy for $4, so couldn't pass it up, and I'm glad I did. It has a lot of demos on it. It's got some Quarrymen material on there. It's got some live stuff on there from like different TV shows they did. So I'm glad I picked this up. The funny part is that a long time ago, a friend of mine burned all 3 anthologies onto CDs for me and gave them to me, and I never got around to listening to them. They may still be in my closet. I have no clue. But yeah, if you're a Beatles fan, you definitely want to check this out. It's got good stuff on there. I mean, it's loaded too. I think there's like 50 tracks on here, maybe more. Yeah, it looks closer to 60. And then we got Testament, little thrash, 80s thrash, the New Order. This is only my second Testament album, I believe. I bought the Legacy when it came out, loved it. And when this came out, they released a video for Nobody's Fault by Aerosmith. Now, I also love Aerosmith, but I don't think a thrash band should be doing Aerosmith covers. At least I didn't back then, and that scared me off. Never went back. I mean, that's how picky, bare bones things got in the 80s. I mean, when money was tight, if anybody showed one sign, one hint of selling out, they were out the door. And like I said, I like Aerosmith. I thought their cover was good, but it just signaled selling out to me, so I ran the opposite direction. Never looked back. So I'm glad I got that one. I don't think it's as good as the Legacy. The Legacy's still up there, but it's a good one. Then we got some Gillan live at Reading 1980. This only has 6 tracks on it, about 35 minutes. I'm sure they were one of the lower ones on the roster that day. I'm kind of a Gillan completist, so I buy stuff by him when I see it. This one is generally pretty pricey, so that's one reason why I haven't picked it up. But this one came across this one. It was for a good price, so I snatched it up. I probably have all of these songs already live, but like I said, I'm kind of a Gillan completist, and it's a good recording. A lot of Gillan live material is substandard when it comes to recording, because it's a lot of soundboard stuff. They never planned on releasing it. They just have later on, mainly John McCoy, releasing stuff to keep his pocketbook full. And then we got a little Fifth Angel. Now, I remember this is their self-titled debut, I believe, from '86. I remember when these guys came out too. I thought they were a hair metal band, obviously. You can see that right there. With the name and the way they looked, I thought they were a hair metal band. But over the years, I learned, they released a second album in '89, broke up. Lead singer went on to become a dentist, which I'm sure that makes for interesting conversation around the water cooler. And then they got back together with a new guy in 2018. They released another album in 2023. I don't know if it's the same guy or not on that album. But when these guys came out, I thought they were a hair band, so I didn't. Pop metal band. So I never bothered listening to them. And then I guess they started creating a little more buzz around 2018 when they got back together. I decided I'd check this one out. It's good. It is a little more commercial. There's definitely some 80s production tropes in there. It's good. Like I said, it's like Queensryche, early Queensryche, but a little more radio friendly. It's not 100% commercial by any stretch, but it's a little more radio friendly. So I probably would not have liked it back in 1986. But it's good. If you like U.S. power metal, you should check it out. And speaking of U.S. power metal, Crescent Shield was a super group formed from Destiny's End and Onward. And since I like Destiny's End, I decided to check it out. I don't know Onward that much. I don't think I own anything by them. This is good. They're broken up. This is called The Stars of Never Seen. This is their second album. Came out in 2009. They broke up. But it's good. It's kind of got a little... I mean, he's got a little Queensryche in it, I guess. Sabotage. A little. The guy's got a unique voice. Sanctuary. We got a little Sanctuary in him too. That's Crescent Shield. This one out here, this one is really good. I should title this episode Queensryche Inspired Bands. This is Lethal Programmed. I remember seeing this album cover back in the day too. I forget what year this came out in. I meant to look that up. It says 1990, but I think it was before that. This is probably a reissue. But I didn't know anything about it. I never heard anything else by them. I completely forgot about these guys until somebody mentioned them the other day and talked about what a great album it was. So I went and checked it out. It is really good. The singer sounds like Jeff Tate and Leather Leone had a little child. And the album sounds like it could have come out before the Queensryche EP. And I only say that because of the production quality. Actually, in songwriting, it would probably sound closer to something that came in between Take Hold of the Flame and Rage for Order. But the guy's voice, I had to check when I got home to make sure. I was listening to it in my truck. I had to get to double check and make sure that it was a guy actually singing, because there's sometimes his voice is so high it actually sings. He actually sounds like closer to Leather Leone than he does to without the grit than he does Jeff Tate. But he's got a really solid voice, so it's a really good album. I enjoyed that one. I think that's 6. Yep. There's another 6-pack for the Rock Stock inventory. So you guys let me know what you've picked up lately. Have a good one.